What's going on YouTube? This is Luke with Endless Entrepreneurs, just coming to you guys another Sunday shipping vlog edition. I think this is number 15. Format of these videos, I just like to share with you as I'm getting ready to do all my shipping for Sunday for my eBay business, show you what's sold for me, and kind of talk about how sales have been and show you each item. Talk about what I bought it for, what I sold it for, in hopes that it can, share some knowledge when you're out there sourcing or looking for items to buy to resell on eBay. If you're new to my channel, I am a part-time eBay seller and a full-time corporate finance analyst, but I build my business very seriously and aggressively in my spare time. I specialize in men's clothing primarily. I've been branching into women's clothing as well as shoes of late, and I've got about almost 2,000 active listings in my store. So this weekend sales have been really good. Coming into August, sales have been starting to pick up a lot more, and all the hard work from the summer is starting to pay off. So what I like to do is just jump right in. I'm going to show you guys everything that I've sold for the weekend, and then I'll do a little bit of Q&A at the end. We'll talk about how sales are going, and that's pretty much the format I try to stick to here. So let me check in, make sure my sound is good. Looks like we got people joining here. We got 17 watching live already. So I'm going to jump right in, guys, and save all your questions to the end if you don't mind, and I will grab them, I promise. All right, so first thing that sold, this was actually an older pair of jeans I bought quite a while ago, and I only know that because they're not in a poly bag. They're not in the bin system. So these are Pepe jeans. You can see the tag here. And they're men's. They're 36 by 34. I took a best offer of 20 for these only because I've had them for so long. I think you actually can get more than that. You probably can get 20 plus shipping pretty easy. Probably 25 to 30 ship for these. But in either case, 20. I bought these quite a while ago for $4.99. So 5 into 20, I'll get these out flat rate for $5.95. So not a huge profit, but after fees, probably $7 profit. So not terrible. This was something I listed very recently. It's Robert Graham, if you can recognize from the colorful embroidery here. And if you are new to my channel, I use a polybag system for inventory. So everything's gonna be in a polybag. I do apologize, I can't show you close to the tag, but hopefully you'll be able to see most of it. And I put my inventory number here on tape, and then it goes into a bin so that I can find it in my storage units when they sell. So, but I got this for $3.99. Took a best offer of $29.99 for this polo. It's a double XL, so $30. I'm really happy with for these polo shirts. The dress shirts I do get a little higher for. Normally I get like 40 to 50, depending on how crazy the design is used. But either way, 4 and a 30, I'm perfectly content with. This will go first class shipping. This I posted on Instagram a little bit ago. I literally listed this and it sold that same day. Nat Nass. One of my favorite brands to sell, and this is one of those silk like camp button front style shirts, short sleeve. Got full asking price. I didn't even have the sale running because I just listed that day. $39.99. Bought this for $3.99. It's the American fit, so be on the lookout for these guys. Especially the silk stuff goes really, really well. What's notable for this brand as well is like the bowling style panel design shirts, because Charlie Sheen wore them in 2.5 Men. So just a little backstory on this brand, but it's a great brand to be on the lookout for. All right, we've got, this is a Nike Golf Stanford, which I appreciate one of the viewers. I had looked at this quick at this logo. I see NC State logo nonstop around here, and I just looked at it real fast, like, oh, NC State in one of my haul videos. And they reminded me that it's a Stanford shirt, which is great because Stanford sells much better than NC State. Sorry, NC State. But very true. This sold within a week for $22.49. I was running a sale, $4 and then $22.49. And that will definitely go first class. This is a new with tags. Let's see if I can find the tags on it. Oh no, this one is new without tags. The other one's new with tags. These are just like an American Eagle dress. And actually, here's the tag for it. When I was visiting home, my sister had some dresses that she was going to take to Plato's Closet, and instead I was like, no, I'll take those. And same with some Sperry shoes, give her a little bit of money for them, whatever the Plato's would have gave them. And sold this for $14. So not a huge profit, but when I get it for only a couple of bucks from her, I think it basically worked out to like $1. And 14, I can live with it. It's super lightweight, probably 6 ounces max. So you're talking $2.70 to ship. So it's good to sell that. I wouldn't normally pick that up in the store, but just sometimes you get inventory in weird ways and you just list it and get it out the door. This was a great sale. So this was, if any of you watched one of my haul videos from probably like a week and a half ago, this was a suit I picked up. It's a Ralph Lauren. It's navy blue. It's fully canvassed is the word for it. So basically when you pick up suits, you're going to find ones that are like not canvas, which are very lightweight. You're going to find half canvas, which they're like a little heavier, and some of the areas of the suit jacket are very thick. And then fully canvas means that like it's very padded suit. It's very high quality, definitely a heavier suit for winter and things like that, but they're more expensive. So this was fully canvas. It was double breasted, which is it's an older style. Doesn't sell as well. 100% wool, blue label, Polo Ralph Lauren, and took a best offer. I got it for $10 and took a best offer of $60 yesterday and sold the suit. Had it on sale for like $80, so 10 into 60 is pretty standard for me. I'm okay with that with suits. Depending on where it's going in the country, it'll cost me anywhere between like $7 to $12 to ship. Usually can fit most suits in a regional A box, so really happy with that. So LL Bean, if you are new to my channel and don't know about my LL Bean bulk order, I bought 3,000 pair of new without tag pants back in May. Those have been starting to ramp up and sell a lot. Something cool happened that I want to share with everyone from a customer perspective, and just some ideas if you ever get into multi-quantity listings. So I had a person order it was similar pair to these, but they're like a darker blue hiking pant. And she ordered one, got them, and loved them, and was like this. She sent me a message saying these are the best pair of pants I've ever had. Like they fit so well. I've never found any that fit this well. You know, do you have more? And so I was like, yeah. So I sold her. I think I sold her 6 or 7 the first time. Then she came back to me and she's like, do you have any more? I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't. And then I had someone return 2 more. So in the meantime, though, before they returned 2 more, I was like, but I do have this pair of light blue ones. And I said, you've been such a good customer. Why don't I send you a pair? Because she was worried they wouldn't fit the same. So why don't I send you a pair for free? I mean, I got these for $1.15 was my buy cost. So I was like, let me send these to you for free. Try them on. If you like them, then we can, you can pay for them. Then whatever, we'll figure it out from there. Knowing I had like 16 of these in stock. So I sent those to her, and I said, I also have 2 pair of these pink ones, which are exactly what you ordered before. And so she ordered one of these to try them. So she got both at the same time. I sent the sample for free and the one she bought at the same time. She got both, loved them both. Ended up buying 9 more of these from me. So I just let her keep the other one for free. Because she just, I mean, now we're talking she bought 20 pair of pants from me. Bought the other one of these. So I've got to box these up. I can't even keep them all in my hands, but she basically bought all of these. And they're going to her, and I cut her a deal. The first one she bought for $20.99. She bought 6 or 7 pair. And then I gave her a break on this one that she ordered, and I sold it to her for $18.99. And then when she decided she was going to buy more, I said, look, I'll give them to you for $16.99 because I knew she was going to buy a bunch. So, you know, $17 a pop. It's going to cost me probably virtually $1 or less to ship because they're all going to go in a priority box. And pretty pumped about it. Really cool purchase. Super nice customer. It's just great when you can, like, that doesn't happen very often in eBay where you can work with a customer in that manner and have that kind of back and forth with them. So I was just really happy to have that and be able to move this many pants all at once. So pretty excited about that. Sold 3 other pair of LL Bean pants here that need to be shipped out. These are just like the taupe, like grayish color. These are classic fit, I believe, pleated, nothing fancy, and these sold for full price, $20.99, so $21 basically. Same here. These are navy blue, same line, and these sold for, took about offer for $18 for these ones. And these are like a heavy, like tweed woven cotton dress pant, and these sold for $21.99. So decent flips when all those of my buy cost is $1.15. Really happy that bulk order is starting to ramp up. So cool stuff there for sure. Let's see what else we got here. Just want to make sure chat's okay. All right. Gonna keep rolling, guys. Got quite a bit to get through here. Want to leave time for some Q&A. Here's some silver jeans. Sold these for $27, I believe. $27 or $28. Took a best offer. And these were not as desirable of a line. I can't remember. These are the Tuesday line. And they don't seem to do as well as like there's a couple other lines that do really well. But either way, 27. I'm in these for $4.99. Sorry for the squeaking downstairs. That's Thor. He went to the groomer today, and we always spoil him when he goes to the groomer because he doesn't like it very much. And we got him a bunch of toys. One of them happens to be a squeak toy, so nothing I can do about that. Sorry, guys. This is a shirt that had flaws on it. I sold this for I think it was, I took a best offer 10 bucks for it. And it has a couple little tears in it, and I had it up for, I don't know what it's kit R, so probably 5 or 6 months. Just a bad buy, mistake I overlooked. It was a women's Fastenable shirt. I was so happy to move that for 10 bucks with flaws, just get some money back. We'll ship first class. This is a Merrill shirt. You see the brand there. This is like a full zip, lightweight hiking shirt. Got this for $3.99, sold for $19.99, took a best offer. So happy with that, kind of that bread and butter type transaction. 4 to 20 is kind of that nice range I like to be in for just kind of standard stuff that's not home runs. This is English Laundry, and I can sell. I've had this for a really long time. I took a best offer for 15 bucks just to get it moving. You can see it has my old inventory tags when my buddy used to prep inventory for me. And so a lot of times with my older stuff right now that doesn't have the new backdrop since like last August, I'm trying just to move some of that out of here if it's a decent profit margin. So I bought this for 4. This brand moves a little slower for me. It used to sell really fast. This is the flip cuffs on it. But either way, 4 into 15, not great, but old inventory, so happy to move and get some capital back. Here's Mountain Khakis, one of my favorite brands to sell. You can see the MK right here. These were some twill, just like heavier cotton dress hiking pants kind of style, like chino hiking pants. I got these for $3.99 and sold these for $30. I had them up pretty high. I listed them for $39.99. Took a best offer of $30. I'd only had them up for a couple days, so was happy to move those for that. So 4 to 30. Those will probably go flat rate for $5.95. I've had some interesting comments. I picked up a couple of these Reebok jerseys. I picked up, I think it was a Randall L jersey from Pittsburgh, and had a couple comments on Instagram just wondering what I'd get for it, and a couple people thinking they don't go for very much in their experience. And my experience I've had with jerseys, and just to share with everyone, is it doesn't matter what the player is, even the low end. Like this is the lowest end that I would consider. Like their screen printed numbers, it's Reebok. That's the mesh. That's kind of like the low end of jerseys you're going to find. Even the no-name players, or like you can get 25 bucks for them. And even if it seems like there's a lot in the market, if you take nice pictures and leave them up there, there's usually a certain buyer looking for that player. It could be a family member. It could be who knows what it is, right? That's just looking for that player. Or maybe they're just looking for a cheap jersey where they don't want to pay up for a name, well-known player. So in either case, this is Alex Brown, 96. This is a Chicago Bears. A little more of a well-known player anyways, but took a best offer of $26 for this. Picked it up for $3.99 at the thrift store. Here's another example of old inventory trying to move. This was Nordstrom. This has an E on it. I literally bought this back probably had to be early 2015. That's how long ago I've had this. So I've got like 3 bins from like early 2015. Some of it's good inventory, some of it's not. And so you can see the tapes on here, which is bad. Don't do that. I don't do that anymore. But took a best offer of 10 bucks. Like, get this out of here. I've had it forever. Got some capital back on that. This was, I actually just got a message before I started the video. It was a canceled order. Charles Tierwet, I'd taken a best offer of $20. A little unfortunate. Hate to get canceled orders, but better to do that than to ship it and then return it. So I got to cancel the transaction. So I figured I'd show it since it was in the bin. Got to relist that. And we've got, so these are Brooks Brothers lightweight chino pants. These sold for $21, like $69. I had them on sale. Bought them for $3.99, so decent turn there. They're borderline because they're that lightweight. They're borderline first class. They may have to go flat rate. We'll see what they weigh out at. And these are the Under Armour shorts I picked up while I was in Austin. They're Under Armour Performance. They're just black, like golf shorts. Took a best offer of $25. They were on sale for $29.99. Probably could have got a little more from, but we're heading out of the summer season here, so I figured 25 bucks. I picked them up for I think $4.99, so I'm okay with that. And then last one here is Ralph Lauren. A lot of people talk about. I actually sold 2 more ties that I didn't grab out of the bin, but sold 2 ties for $9.99, both Brooks Brothers ties. But a lot of people talk about Ralph Lauren, and I've had a lot of questions about, hey, you say you list it for this, it looks like the market's selling it for this. All I can answer is how I list and sell them. This one sold for $18.74 yesterday. I've had I had 3 other ones sell this week for $18.74. The $16 to $20 price band seems to be about right for Ralph Lauren. I find it everywhere here, so I usually pick up big sizes and good colors. And I just let it sit. And if I find the big and tall stuff, I price it up even higher. I get in the mid-20s for that stuff. So that's just what I find. I'm a long tail seller, though. If you're looking to make a quick flip, this is not the brand for it at that price point. But just wanted to show you guys that. So let me flip over here. We got 63 watching live. I really appreciate everyone stopping in here on a Sunday night. If you don't mind, hit that like button for me. We only got 6 likes. I'd love to see some support there. It helps YouTube know that I'm doing a good job, and I appreciate the support. But let me take some questions now. I've got about 15 minutes, and I need to ship the rest of this before I go to bed. Mondays, I get back to my routine, get back to live at 5. I'm waking up early, so I want to get everything done on time. But let me just see what everyone's asking here. Mama J said that's definitely a perk of wholesale buying. When they love it, you have more. Yeah, it's definitely a perk of the multi-quantity. I'm really starting to enjoy that. Is that, you know, it's you're lowering your shipping costs. You're moving a bunch of inventory all at once. Like, there's just a ton of perks around that. Hey Antonio, thanks for stopping in all the way from Australia. Thanks Pamela on the customer service compliment there. I appreciate it. Got Wade's Ventures in the house. Hey Wade, how you doing? Love seeing those videos coming out. Like that you're consistently putting those out. Wade's another reseller in the community. Appreciate the content. Let's see. And sales have been good for me overall. I mean, I've been averaging like a little over $200 a day here to start August, so pretty excited about that. Brenda has a question. She said, I know that you put everything in a poly bag after you list it. Do you ever get feedback about stuff being wrinkled, and do you steam it before you list it? Now, great question. I get it pretty frequently, but it's a very fair question. So no, to answer your question short, no, I have never gotten any, I've gotten one, I shouldn't say never. I've gotten one comment back from a buyer on something being wrinkled, and it was a new tag Stafford blazer that I put in a flat rate envelope. And I think they were expecting to pull it out of the box and be able to wear it to an event, being that it was new with tags and not have to get it dry cleaned. So if that was the only one, and once I explained to them that's how I ship all my blazers and we expect that you're probably going to dry clean it, they're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And there was no issue. But so no, I've had no issues in that. I don't steam anything unless it's if it's obnoxiously wrinkled where it's not true to form, I'll steam it. But otherwise, I have found that it doesn't impact the sale price. Actually, that Nat Nash shirt that I sold for $39.99 was terribly wrinkled. And someone commented on Instagram when I posted it about it being wrinkled, and just happy to see it sold still. And it's like, I don't think it impacts it that much, simply because people are they're gonna wash it, right? Like when they get it, they're gonna wash it. They're buying a used item, especially they're gonna wash it. And if it's a suit or something like that, they're gonna take it and be dry cleaned, probably even tailored. So like, I just don't think that it makes that big of a difference. And I like the poly bag because I think the presentation is great to the buyer. It's basically saying I'm giving double protection. I have a self-seal poly bag and a clear poly bag. I don't want any moisture or anything that happened to your package while it's being delivered. So I think there's that upside there. Looks like some people's sales have been a little slow. That's a bummer. Let's see. Brennan said sold a rain spooner for $32. That's a good sale right there. Hey, Bob, thanks for jumping in here. Bob Weiss is in the chat. He's been crushing it lately in the shoe game. He's just been picking up tons of stuff. So good work out there, Bob. No problem, Mama J. She said, Luke, you're awesome. Truly appreciate your content, humbleness compared to some other YouTubers. Well, I appreciate the kind words. I try to share as much as I can so you guys can learn and that I can learn from you guys. It feels like every video I take something back from you guys too. So I really do appreciate the compliment, though. Let's see. Yeah, so Miles, you can either stop talking about politics, or I'm probably just going to boot you from it. I'll give you a shot to stop talking about. I don't like talking about politics, especially on the channel. I want to talk about reselling. That's what the content's about. So Matt said, try not to get demoralized. How long? Let's see. Sorry. Trying to get more demoralized. How long would you estimate, or what quantity of items listed before I should see some movement? I'm not moving anything. So my general rule of thumb, Matt, that I've seen just kind of true to form is that for every 100 active listings that are quality that you have up, you can expect to sell about 8 to 10 per month. So like I have 1,900 items up. Well, I have 1,900 active items. I have like over 3,000 with all the multi-quantity, and I sell about 220 to 250 a month in items. So just use that as a rule of thumb. Don't get discouraged. It's really a momentum thing. It's just keeping those listings going that are quality and learning and, you know, doing a good job pricing. So Brandy, to answer your question, how many pieces of inventory? I have 1,920, I think, active, and well over 3,000 with all the multi-quantity. Betty said, just listed Tommy Bahama new shorts last night, $32.95 sold. Nice, good flip. Hey, Deborah. Thanks, Miles. I appreciate it. Hey, Anthony. Antonio said, crazy difference in the markets between Australia and USA. He says they sell Ralph Lauren shirts for 30 plus all the way up to 85. Wow. Those are used Ralph Lauren shirts, Antonio? That's crazy. That's great. Man. Antonio, maybe we should talk, man. I can source those pretty frequently around here. I mean, if you're getting them at that, we can be able to sell them at that price point. I might be able to kind of wholesale some of those to you, depending on what the shipping is out to you. We should definitely. Wow, yeah, Antonio, shoot me a message on Instagram, Endless Entrepreneurs. I may be able to help you out with that because I find a ton of them, and maybe able to work something out. Because we cannot get that turnaround here. There's no way we get the ROI on that here. Someone just asked when I sleep. I sleep at least 6 hours every night. I've slept probably 8 the last 2 nights, and I get to bed by like between 9 and 10, and I wake up about 4:45 usually. So it's not too bad. Shannon on Emissions in the chat. That's my beautiful fiance. There's a joke that I look a little bit like Aaron Rodgers with a hat on and a beard, so she calls me AA Ron quite a bit. AA Let's see. Miles said, what time did you wake up? I wake up at like 4:45. 4:45 is, I try to do my live at 5 videos Monday through Friday. They're kind of like my selfish motivation videos I do for me, but it helps get me out of bed. Matt just asked, how many trips to the thrift store do you make per week? So I used to, for the whole first half of the year, I was probably hitting 6 to 8 thrift stores a week minimum. And since I've been really expanding my knowledge and growing my niches and growing into like shoes and women's clothing and everything else, I literally I've hit 2 thrift stores the last 2 weekends. That's it. And I'm finding like 60 items in 2 thrift stores. So I just don't have the need to hit as many anymore, which is great for me. I think once I'm completely done getting my LL Bean order out of my garage, I'll probably hit more than that and really double down, but that's where I'm at right now. Soren Thread says, question above. I don't think I saw that. Oh. Soren Thread said, thank you for your time. Can you tell me what vid title talks about shipping a blazer size 42 rag? So I have, if you go to my tutorial playlist, there is, it shows you how to ship a blazer, listing a blazer. I did one on suits from start to finish, and I have one on blazers. Just go to my tutorial playlist, and they're right in there. If after you watch those, you need more direction, just hit me up on Instagram, direct message, and I can help you out. Miles said, so you make 2 videos, one in the morning, one at night, correct or wrong? Yeah, I've been trying to stick to that form, Miles. I've been really trying to double down on YouTube right now. I really enjoy the content creation side of it, and I'm trying to balance, like if I just go all in on something like eBay and I only do that, sometimes I get bored or I get kind of, I don't know, like burnout. Chris from 10K in the Bay did a video on that. YouTube's like the perfect complement for me. Like I can focus on growing that and growing my eBay business, and like they play really nice for me. So I've been doing the live at 5s in the morning to get my butt out of bed, to do a little more of like the motivation and just overall entrepreneurial stuff. And then at night I try to do some specific reselling stuff, whether it's a haul, like brand reviews, tutorials, things like that. I've had a really big queue of viewer questions and requests for videos, so I've been trying to chip away at those. Like I did my suit tutorial not too long ago. I'm going to do one on suit brands to buy. Like I'm trying to chip away. We did one on business models this last weekend. That was a question I got over and over. So I'm really trying to chip away at the viewer questions because you guys have a lot, and I appreciate the feedback and the ideas. So I'm trying to deliver on those. Joan said, did you list any women's items yet? Yeah, Joan, I've listed probably 20, maybe 25 women's items. I've actually sold 4. I've sold maybe 5. I sold that Barefoot Dreams bathrobe for like, I think it was like 45 or 50 bucks. I sold a Stitch Fix Daniel Rain. I sold a Lacoste sweater. I think I sold an Urban Outfitters sweater. And I've got some other women's stuff to list too as well. Josh said, how nominal are the LL Bean listing fees if you are spending $188 on listing fees total a month? How nominal? I'm confused on that. $188 on listing fees per month. So I have a premium store subscription. So I'm not quite sure what you mean. I have multi-quantity listings. So with a multi-quantity listing, I only paid 10 cents for my premium store subscription for a fixed price listing for 30 days. So I could have 100 quantity in the one item. I still only pay 10 cents for the listing fee. So I guess I'm a little confused on the question, but if you can clarify, I'd be more than happy to try and answer for you. The math behind fixed price listings is that at about 2,800, it makes sense to upgrade to Anchor. Otherwise, right now, that premium is the most cost-effective way to go. Mama J said if you had a choice of quality items and paying like $6 per piece for items for sale at like 25-ish and up, or 99 per pound of the bins hitting good sometimes, where would you source? Oh, that's a really good question. So personally, and this has nothing to do with the economics of it, it has to do with my personality, I would go for the $6 into 25, only because I like shopping the retail stores better than the bins. And that's just a personal preference. I don't think there's anything wrong with either model. I think that each model can fit someone's situation. But for me, like I'm not aggressive. So like at the bins, like I'm just not aggressive to fight for my space, to fight for the stuff there. And for retail, it's like I can hit it during lunch real quick. Everything's organized in the sections I want to look at. It just saves me time. So I'd rather pay up for that experience and sell at a little higher price point. It's also less items I have to sell. And so I don't know, that's just my personal preference. I don't think there's anything wrong with either model though. I know that sounds very politically correct, but I think it's very true. Let's see. Thor wants more airtime. Yeah, he just got groomed today, so he's looking pretty fine right now. Lord Kingdom said, GoDaddy bookkeeping or QuickBooks self-employed. I honestly couldn't give you good advice on that because I've never used either. I work with my accountant on a monthly basis, and I have my own spreadsheets that I use because I'm kind of a spreadsheet nerd. So I don't go either route. I may have to in the future as I keep growing, but right now I've heard a lot of good things about GoDaddy bookkeeping just from people I know, but I don't have any reference point to the other one to say whether it's bad or not. So I don't want to give bad advice. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the compliment. I think the Macadias, I think is how you pronounce your name, but thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. Matt Mars said, do you include thank you notes or message in your orders? Actually, 10K in the band, I just did a video on that last week. Well, not video, it was just a question that came up. We do not include, well, I don't include them yet. We've had some debate about whether we should. I may start listing or including a generic thank you with a coupon code, like a redemption code for a discount on future purchases, because I've heard that there's some really good upside to that, and I think it might be easy. Josh Howard said $59.99 a month plus 15 cents every item over 1,000. So it's 10 cents. I don't know where you're getting 15 cents from, unless eBay upped it and I don't know about it. It's 10 cents for fixed price listing. Unless they've upped their rates since I last did my store calculator back in like February, but I don't think I saw any message about them increasing it. So it should be 10 cents. So it'd be 10 cents on 830 items if you're doing that math there. So I'm paying $59.99 plus 10 cents on the extra 830 is what Josh is saying. Either way, I'm still not sure what the question is. I have about 330 LL Bean listings right now, active listings. So you're talking, what is that? Quick math because my brain is slow tonight. 0.10 times 330. So $33 a month for listing fees for my bulk order right now. Thank you, Kelly. Appreciate the kind words there. Hey, Mark. Appreciate you stopping in. And Mark, I believe I got the book you sent me. I haven't got to it yet, but I did open it. And thank you very much for sending that. I appreciate it. Let's see. Louis said, how much do you waste on inventory a month? Thanks. Do you waste? So you mean like bad buys? I would say like 1 out of 30 pieces I pick up, I overlook a flaw. I'd say that's probably about my error rate of picking up. If you mean how much money am I spending on inventory each month, that's a really good question. Let me look at my tracker. See, in July I spent $822. June I spent $512. May I spent a lot because of the bulk order, $3,700. Some months are more than others. April I spent $1,260. So it's just been up and down based on how actively I'm thrifting. Let's see. Anna, oh, good question. So Anna said, what are you going to do about the white background? And so I think what you're referring to is the fact that eBay wants buyers to move more towards a neutral white background with high contrast. I'm not sure yet. I'm still really undecided. I really want to reach out and talk to an eBay, someone from eBay about it, and not like our customer service. I really want to talk to someone who's more around like the new picture app they have coming out and such. Because what I'm wondering, I feel like the reason for it is less to do with the buyer experience as far as like viewing through the items. I really feel strongly that it's about their picture search app, because if you think about it, if they have an app they're coming out with, or within the app that you can take a picture of an item anywhere you are and it'll go into eBay and search for it, my guess is that if the background is not white, it's going to have a really hard time finding that specific item. And so I just don't know how heavily they're really going to penalize us or not penalize us. Obviously, I'll adjust and adapt to whatever they have. I mean, when you have to adjust and adapt, I think there's always opportunity. I don't think I'm going to stop using my background as it is right yet, but I may have to think about it. I love the differentiation of the backgrounds. I mean, and when they say, and Betty made a good point. She said, white is encouraged but not required this time. And the only thing I'll say to that is, so is 60-day returns, right? And you know where they're headed with it. And I think that's the whole question. And Anna brings up a good point. It's like, when are you going to commit to the switch? Because when they bring it up like that, they're heading down that path. So what I won't do is I definitely will not retake pictures of old listings. Like, that's not going to happen. What would happen is similar to like if I change my inventory system or anything else, I'll just start all future listings. We'll get the flat white background set up. And then, you'll slowly sell off the old stuff. And what'll happen is, 6 months or 8 months down the road, you look back and go, oh, that inventory is old because you have the old background. So I might auction that off, or I might reduce the price, or, any of those things like that. So like, I feel like you're going to slowly make that change. That's not going to be an all-at-once change. So I'm not too concerned about that. Let's see. Vault said, I just switched to white and my listings look so professional now. Used items look new. That's awesome, Vault Girl. Glad to hear it. Yeah, I have no, I think it looks sharp for sure. I mean, I don't have anything against it. I've just got used to having my unique backgrounds, and I identify with them on most of my listings because they're unique. And I don't know, it's different. But yeah, that's cool. That's awesome, Vault Girl. And I mean, anything to make your stuff look more professional. I mean, more power to anyone who can do that. So. All right, guys, I'm going to take 2 more questions. I'm going to jump off here at 8:20 because I do have to ship the rest of this, and I want to have the rest of my beer so I can fall asleep nicely. Shannon spoiled me with, we have a local brewery called Noda. They make this Coca Loca porter that's just absolutely amazing. I had it for the first time this other night, and so she spoiled me and brought home a 4-pack of them. So enjoying that before bed now. Do you have any other questions, guys? If not, I'll hop off. I really appreciate everyone tuning in. We got 82 watching live. Thank you for hitting that like button, guys. Really appreciate the support. Definitely check me out on Instagram. And I hope sales have been good for you guys. Hopefully things are starting to pick up. I really feel strongly like this season things are starting to pick up. I mean, we're August 6th now, and that kind of back-to-school ramp-up is starting up. And before you know it, we're going to be the 4th quarter. So just keep listing, guys. Keep listing, get that inventory up, and get ready. So I will be on tomorrow morning at 5. Hope to see some of you guys there, and we'll start the week off strong, guys. Have an awesome night. Thanks so much for stopping in. Please like and subscribe, and check me out on Instagram, guys. Thanks.